Hi, I'm Katie Seals from UTD Geo News, and I'd like to tell you about the remarkable volcanoes of the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia. We normally don't think of volcanoes when we think of Russia, but Kamchatka is different. Kamchatka is a 1,250-kilometer long peninsula in easternmost Russia, bounded on the east by the Pacific Ocean and on the west by the Sea of Okhotsk. The peninsula is large, about the size of the state of Colorado, but it is sparsely inhabited, with only about 1/3 residents. This subarctic region is rugged, wet, cold, and wild. There are many volcanoes on Kamchatka, formed by the Pacific Plate, sliding beneath the easternmost Eurasian Plate in an oceanic continental subduction zone. The elevated regions above the subduction zone are called arcs, and Kamchatka is part of an arc. Kamchatka volcanoes are called arc volcanoes. These are among the many volcanoes above the subduction zones around the Pacific Ocean, in what is called the Circum-Pacific Ring of Fire. Kamchatka is one of the most volcanically active regions on the Earth. There are more than 300 volcanoes on the Kamchatka Peninsula, including 29 that are active. The United States has its own arc volcanoes, perhaps best known from the Cascade Arc of Washington, Oregon, and Northern California. But the Kamchatka volcanoes are significantly more active, with a volcanic output that is 4 times greater than the Cascade Arc. This is partly because the cold, wet Pacific Plate, which subducts under Kamchatka with high speed, delivers lots of water to the overlying hot mantle, causing it to melt and give rise to spectacular volcanic and hydrothermal activity. The Kamchatka subduction zone is also where the chain of volcanic islands and seamounts that starts in Hawaii ends. There are many volcanic wonders in Kamchatka. Ice Age glaciers interacted with Kamchatka volcanoes to carve some remarkable landscapes. One of these is Klyuchevskoye, the tallest and biggest volcano in Eurasia. Another was the spectacular eruption of Bezimiana volcano in 1956, which produced a powerful lateral blast that obliterated the surrounding forest, something Americans experienced during Mount St. Helens eruption in 1980. Another wonder is the Valley of Geysers in Uzan caldera, which has the second largest concentration of geysers in the world after Yellowstone. Volcanologists like Ilya Bindeman of the University of Oregon study Kamchatka volcanoes. Professor Bindeman is especially interested in super eruptions, which blow out the tops of some volcanoes to form huge craters called calderas. These occur because the thick continental crust of Kamchatka can host gargantuan magma bodies where wet, viscous magmas evolve, eventually exploding to the surface. One of these super eruptions produced a spectacular caldera that is now filled by a lake called Kuril Lake. Kuril Lake is formed about the same time as Crater Lake in the Cascades, around 7,600 years ago, but is 2 to 3 times bigger. I'm Katie Seals with UTD Geo News, and I'll see you next time.